Hello and welcome, Essex County College family. This is the Virtual Cafe, powered by Student Life and Activities. Today's episode, number 82, is entitled Women's History Trivia. It's March, it's Women's History Month. We celebrate it every year at Essex County College. We hope you do too. So thank you for joining us today to learn about all the amazing and innovative and unbelievable women throughout history that have changed the way we live and the way we learn and the way we love. So without any further ado, let's get into our women's history trivia. Thanks for joining us. Today's prize is a loaded Essex backpack. Those are for our runner-ups in our second place. Essex backpack has got tons of awesome stuff in it. I'm sure you're aware of it by now. Today's grand prize is 2 tickets to see Wicked on Broadway, and the show date is March 10th. That's in 2 days from today. So today's winner will be going to see Wicked in 2 days, and they are orchestra seats. So that's awesome. The only rule for this game is type your answer in the chat. The first person to type the correct answer is going to get the point. Simple as that. Don't shout it out. Just put A, B, C, or D in the chat. First person to get the correct answer will get the point for that round. And then we move on. The person who has the most points at the end of the game will win the grand prize. The second, third, and fourth place winners will take home a runner-up prize, the backpack. Here we go. Are you ready? I'm ready. Here's question number 1. Who was the first woman elected to the U.S. Congress? Is it Shirley Chisholm, Jeanette Rankin, Barbara Jordan, or Irene Baker? All right, everybody in the chat's putting a couple D's. All right, let's see what the correct answer was. It is B, Jeanette Rankin, the Republican from Montana. She was the first woman elected to the U.S. Congress. We're moving on. Question number 2. Who was the first woman to run for president of the United States? Was it Victoria Woodhull, Geraldine Ferraro, Hillary Rodham Clinton, or Shirley Chisholm? See, all right, people are putting C in the chat. C. Yeah, I think this was an easy one. I think everybody got the correct answer was A, Victoria Woodhull. See that? Not Hillary Clinton. How about that, huh? So yeah, Victoria Woodhull was actually the first female to run for president of the United States. I do not know what year, but it was a long time ago. That's why none of us know. Now you know. All right, no one got that one. Question number 3. Here we go. Who was the first woman to serve on the Supreme Court? Was it Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sandra Day O'Connor, Abigail Adams, or Phyllis Schlafly? All right, we got some A's in the chat. We got a C. All right, let's see what the correct answer was. It is B, Sandra Day O'Connor, first woman to serve on the Supreme Court. Now we know. Question number 4. What pen name did famed author Charlotte Bronte write under? Is it Patrick Bronte, Jane Austen, Currer Bell, or Jane Eyre? All right, we got some D's in the chat. We got a C. Let's see what we got. Correct answer is C, Currer Bell. Yes, Currer Bell. Pen names are an interesting phenomenon, especially in our country. And Charlotte Bronte, definitely famous and awesome. Moving on. Who wrote I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? Is it Maya Angelou, Elizabeth Bishop, Sylvia Plath, or Anna Akhmatova? All right, we got a B in the chat. We got an A. We got some more A's. Let's see what the correct answer is. Yep, everybody knows their stuff. Definitely Maya Angelou. I know why the caged bird sings. Check it out. Moving on. Women's history trivia. Who was the daughter of the infamous wife of Henry VIII, Anne Boleyn? Is it Anne Askew, Queen Elizabeth I, Queen Mary I, or Jane Seymour? All right, we got an A in the chat. We got a B in the chat. We got all the letters in the chat. Okay. Let's see who's right. It was B, Queen Elizabeth I. Yep. She was the daughter of Anne Boleyn, and she's no longer with us, but that was a long time ago. So rest in peace. Moving on. After the death of her husband, Eleanor Roosevelt took on what role? Was it the delegate to the United Nations General Assembly, the chair of the UN's Human Rights Commission, member of the Peace Corps Advisory Committee, or all of the above? We got some D's in the chat. I don't know if it's a trick question. Sometimes when we see D, all of the above, we think to put it, but sometimes it's not the right answer. Let's see. Everybody put D. And everybody is correct. Excellent work. Yep. Eleanor Roosevelt did a lot of stuff. We're thankful for her service in the USA. Thanks, Eleanor. Moving on. Here we go. Get ready. Here's your next women's history question. Who was the first woman to compete in the Daytona 500 and the Indianapolis 500? Was it Danica Patrick, Janet Guthrie, Lynn St. James, or Sarah Fisher? All right, we got some D's in the chat. We got some A's. All right, let's see what the correct answer is. It is B, Janet Guthrie. No one got it? All right, now we know Janet Guthrie, important in racing. Excellent. Let's move on. Get your fingers in the chat. Here is your next question. Which queen of Egypt was known for her beauty, a religious revolution, and being the mother of King Tut? Is it Mernith, Hatshepsut, Nefertiti, or Cleopatra? All right, everybody, we got D's in the chat. We got a C. The correct answer is C, Nefertiti, for certain. I'm sure being a mom to King Tut was no easy task by any means. So wonderful job, Nefertiti. We're moving on. We're celebrating women's history. Here's our next question. What was Irma Bombeck's profession? Was she a chef, a writer and a comedian, an actress, or a homeless advocate? I don't mean that she was a homeless person. I mean she was an advocate for the homeless. All right, we got some B's. Couple C. All right, your correct answer is B, a writer and a comedian, and a fine, good one at that. We're moving on, folks. Here's your next women's history trivia question. What is poet Sylvia Plath's groundbreaking novel, The Bell Jar, about? Is it A, women's rights, B, women in marriage, C, women in mental illness, or D, women in exploration? Go ahead and put your answers in the chat. Don't be afraid to guess. All right, we got a B, we got a C. Let's see what the correct answer is. Correct answer, women and mental illness. Yep, definitely groundbreaking. And that was definitely some early talk about mental health. So we thank Ms. Plath for her groundbreaking journalistic and her authoring endeavors. Thank you. Moving on. Next question is, Frances Perkins, the first female U.S. cabinet member, oversaw what department? Was it the defense, the state, education, or labor? Department of Defense, Department of State, Department of Education, Department of Labor. All right, we got some C's, we got some A's. Correct answer was labor. Yep, she was the first female U.S. cabinet member who oversaw the Department of Labor for our wonderful government, United States of America. We live here. All right. Moving on to our next question. Get your fingers in the chat and get ready to type A, B, C, or D. Here we go. Who was repeatedly jailed for creating the first family planning clinic and giving women information on birth control? Was it Dorothea Dix, Margaret Sanger, Clara Barton, or Emma Goldman? Go ahead and put your answers in the chat. Do not be afraid to guess. All right, let's see what the correct answer is. Margaret Sanger. How sad is that? She was jailed for trying to help women out for giving information on birth control. Crazy. Imagine that happened today. Out of control. All right, we're moving on. Women's history trivia. Question something or other. Here we go. Which singer was known as the Empress of the Blues? Is it Bessie Smith, Ma Rainey, Billie Holiday, or Betty Carter? You think this one may be obvious. It may not be. All right, let's see what the correct answer was. It is A, Bessie Smith, Empress of the Blues. Look her up. Awesome stuff. Classic music. We are moving on. Get your fingers in the chat, ready to go. Here's your next question. Anne Bonny and Mary Read were famous for what occupation? Anne Bonny and Mary Read were famous for what occupation? Was it authors, inventors, pirates, or landlords? All right, we got some C's in the chat. Let's see the correct answer. Yep, they were pirates. What were they stealing? I don't know, but female pirates. I like that. Okay, we're moving on. Get ready for your next question. Here it is. Which actress invented frequency hopping technology in 1942 to fight the Nazis? Was it Greta Garbo, Judy Garland, Hedy Lamarr, or Marlene Dietrich? Give it a guess. All right, let's see our correct answer. It is Hedy Lamarr, indeed. How unbelievable is that for an actress of all professions to be the one to invent frequency hopping technology so we can combat the Nazis? Amazing. Thank you, Miss Lamarr. We are moving on. Get your fingers in the chat. Here's your next question. Who was the first woman astronaut to fight against gender discrimination at NASA? Is it Sally Ride, Amelia Earhart, Jerry Cobb, or Shannon Lucid? All right, let's see what our correct answer was. It is C, Jerry Cobb. Awesome. First woman astronaut to fight against gender discrimination in space. Thank you, Miss Cobb. All right, we're moving on, folks. Remember, do not be afraid to guess. Just throw an A, B, C, or D in the chat. Get your fingers ready. Here is our next women's history trivia question. Who was Zenobia? Is it the Queen of Palmyra, Cleopatra and Mark Antony's daughter, mistress to Alexander the Great, or D, all of the above? Go ahead and put your answers in the chat. We got an A. Anybody else want to take a stab? A, okay. Let's check out what we got. The correct answer is A. Yep. See, that was one of those trick all the above questions. Watch out for those on your test, students. I know midterms are near, or they were. Not always all of the above. Zenobia, Queen of Palmyra. Moving on. Get your fingers in the chat. Here we go. Which former congresswoman co-founded the National Women's Political Caucus? Was it Geraldine Ferraro, Shirley Chisholm, Belle Abzug, or Elena Kagan? All right, here is your correct answer. Former Congresswoman that co-founded the National Women's Political Caucus was C. Belle Abzug. All right, we are moving things forward. Get your fingers in the chat. Here is your next women's history trivia. Who was the first woman to graduate from medical school? Was it Florence Nightingale, Clara Barton, Elizabeth Blackwell, or Dua Lipa? Who was it? All right, folks, here is your correct answer. We know it was not Dua Lipa. It was C. Elizabeth Blackwell, first woman to graduate from medical school. Excellent work, Elizabeth. Thanks for being a part of rich American women's history. Excellent. Okay, here we go. Here's our next question. Who was the first woman to earn a college bachelor's degree? Was it Catherine Brewer, Lucy Hobbs, Helen McGill, or Clara E. Dasher? First woman to earn a college bachelor's degree. Go ahead and pop your answers in the chat. Don't be afraid. All right, let's see what we got. The correct answer is A. Catherine Brewer. Excellent work. All right, a couple folks got that correct in the chat. Good work. We're moving on. Get your fingers in the chat, ready to go. Here it is. The image of Harriet Tubman, who helped hundreds of slaves reach freedom, may soon be on what U.S. currency? May soon be on what U.S. currency? Is it the $10 bill, the $20 bill, the $50 bill, or the penny? Which form of currency may Harriet Tubman be featured on? All right, we got some B's in the chat. Let's see what the correct answer was. Yep, it is B, $20 bill. I believe Dina got that first in the chat. Everybody did put the correct answer, so fantastic job. We are moving on. Here is your next question. Get your fingers in the chat, ready to go. Which 20th century artist said, "I paint my own reality"? Was it Georgia O'Keeffe, Mary Cassatt, Artemisia Gentilischi, or Frida Kahlo? I paint my own reality. Okay. Your correct answer is Frida Kahlo. Yep, one of the best. We love her. And she painted her own reality for sure. I don't think anyone else had anywhere near a similar reality as she did. So we thank you for your wonderful art. We're moving on. Women's History Month trivia. Here's your next question. Radioactivity pioneer Marie Curie was also famous for what? Was it winning 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, flying around the world, being Poland's first ambassador to the USA, or creating the first school for industrial physics? What is industrial physics? I have no idea. Do you? All right, go ahead, pop your answers in the chat. It's okay to guess. Totally cool. All right, the correct answer is A, winning 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, right? It's hard enough to win one, but she won 2 of them. So fantastic, Marie Curie. Excellent. We're moving on, folks. Do not be shy. There's no such thing as a wrong answer except in trivia. What are you going to do? Here we go. Which Grand Slam tennis champ also served as a World War II spy and an advocate for the racial integration of tennis? The Billie Jean King, Margaret Court, Alice Marble, or Anne Ashe? Who is the tennis star that we were looking for that helped change the world? Here's your correct answer. C, Alice Marble. Thank you, Alice. I'm not really a big tennis fan, but I do like to watch it. I'm not very nimble, so I can't move around the court that fast. You know, what are you going to do? Okay, get your fingers in the chat. Here is your next women's history trivia. Who founded the American Red Cross and was known as the Angel of the Battlefield? Is it Annie Etheridge? Is it Ellen Swallow Richards, Clara Barton, or Mary Ann Bickerdike? Angel of the Battlefield. All right, let's see our correct answer. It is C, Clara Barton. I believe Rosa was first in the chat to get that one. Good work. Yep, Clara Barton founded American Red Cross. Our angel of the battlefield. Thank you, Miss Barton. All right, we're moving on. Get your fingers in the chat. Here's your next trivia question for women's history. Who was the first? This is the final question. Who was the first female president of Essex County College? Is it Mary Birch? Is it Clara A. Dasher? Is it Edith Abdullah? Or is it Gail Gibson? First female president of Essex County College. Go ahead and put your answers in the chat, and we will determine who our winner is after this question. All right, we got a B. Anybody else? This is it. Last call. Last question. All right, the correct answer, first female president of Essex County College, was Edith Abdullah. Yep, wasn't too long ago. So it's time to figure out who won this thing. Thank you for joining us for Women's History Trivia. We have our runner-up prizes, the Essex Loaded Backpack right here. You can stop by the Dasher Student Center and claim it anytime you like. Just give us a heads up. For Gladwina and Dina, please email me, jott@essex.edu. I'll put it in the chat. Send me an email with your name, your student ID number, and let me know when you're going to come pick up your bag. So we got 2 backpacks for Gladwina and Dina, and Rosa is our grand prize winner. You just won 2 tickets to Wicked on Broadway for this Thursday. They're orchestra seats. I hope you really enjoy this show, Rosa. Okay, thank you for participating in Women's History Trivia. As always, as student life and activities, we hope that you and your families are doing well during this time. It's getting warmer out there. So make sure you got all your t-shirts washed. All right, it's time to go through those dirty laundry piles from COVID and wash all the t-shirts. Okay, you're gonna need them soon, and your shorts. Please stay healthy, stay well, and we will catch you next time. Until then, take care.